In a world where wealth and status often define success, there lies a story that challenges everything we believe about material prosperity. Welcome to Buddhism Wisdom Teachings, where today we dive into an extraordinary tale that intertwines spiritual power, family legacy, and healing. This is not just a family story of riches, but of a deeper, hidden wealth, one that transcends gold and jewels. It is a story of a woman whose spiritual abilities, clairvoyance, the power to heal, and the understanding of life's deepest truths shaped not only the lives of those around her, but created a lasting legacy of wisdom that has echoed through generations. In this story, we'll explore a family whose true wealth was not measured by the material, but by a unique spiritual gift passed down through generations. A gift so profound, it attracted thousands seeking enlightenment, and whose influence can still be felt today. But what does that legacy have to teach us in today's fast-paced, material-driven world? How can we apply these teachings to our own lives, unlocking the true potential within us all? Stay with us as we explore how this family's history connects to modern-day wisdom, and how you can apply these timeless principles for a life of inner peace, spiritual power, and healing. A family legacy of spiritual power. Understanding the intersection of wealth, spirituality, and healing, in examining the story of my great-grandmother and the extraordinary legacy she left behind, we uncover far more than just a tale of familial wealth and status. This narrative is rooted in a much deeper understanding, one that transcends material success and delves into the spiritual realm. While our modern society often places wealth at the center of success, this family's story tells us a different truth. Spiritual power and wisdom, not gold or jewels, define the real wealth of a family. It is the unseen forces, compassion, clairvoyance, and healing that shaped their influence and left a lasting legacy. In a world where money, power, and status are often the primary markers of success, the teachings derived from this family's spiritual history offer a much-needed reminder that there are deeper dimensions of life to consider. When we reflect on figures like my great-grandmother, we are reminded of the importance of seeking inner peace and wisdom. Just as public figures like Oprah Winfrey or the Dalai Lama share stories of transformation and enlightenment, the practices of my great-grandmother, though rooted in ancient traditions, still offer relevant teachings to modern life. The wealth beyond money, a glimpse into the family's legacy. The story begins with the mention of a mansion, grand, opulent, and filled with wealth. It is not just any mansion, but one with 12 gates, symbolizing the magnitude of the family's affluence. Within this mansion, there were over 1,000 servants, countless rooms, and endless supplies. This might remind us of the mega-rich families in modern times, like those of Bill Gates or the royal families around the world, whose wealth is so vast that it shapes entire societies. But what sets this family apart is the understanding that wealth is more than just the accumulation of money. It is the richness of the soul, the depth of spiritual practice, and the quality of relationships. The family's true wealth lay not in what could be counted, but in what was felt: spirituality, wisdom, and the ability to positively impact others. In today's material world, it's easy to become fixated on tangible measures of success, such as money or status. We often look to the likes of Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos as symbols of success. However, the story of my great-grandmother reminds us that true greatness lies in the ability to uplift others, to build a legacy not just of wealth, but of wisdom and service. The enlightened grandmother, a power like no other. What makes this story so profound is the figure at its heart, my great-grandmother. She wasn't just wealthy or influential. She had a rare and powerful gift, clairvoyance. She could predict the death of individuals, not just in general terms, but with exactitude. This gift, far beyond the reach of ordinary human ability, places her among the great spiritual figures who shaped the world with their wisdom. The notion of clairvoyance or intuitive knowledge isn't entirely foreign in today's society. We see it in the teachings of spiritual leaders such as Deepak Chopra, who speak of a deep, intuitive connection to the universe. Similarly, renowned individuals like Nelson Mandela, through their wisdom and emotional intelligence, had an almost prescient understanding of the needs and desires of the people they served. My great-grandmother's gift reminds us that spiritual power is not about dominance or control. It's about understanding the impermanence of life and knowing that death is simply a transition. In many ways, it reflects the teachings of Buddhism, where the impermanence of all things is emphasized. Her ability to see the unseen was rooted in this understanding, which transcends the material and allows one to connect deeply with the flow of the universe. The miraculous vision. Building the Mitra Buddha statue, one of the most compelling aspects of my great-grandmother's life was her spiritual vision of a Mitra Buddha statue under 3 enormous pine trees. This vision wasn't just a mystical experience, it led to tangible action. The family, upon receiving this vision, proceeded to acquire land from a local family and build a temple. This wasn't for prestige or recognition, it was an offering to the community. A place where people could come to seek spiritual guidance. In Buddhist traditions, we are often reminded of the importance of serving others rather than seeking personal gain. The act of building a temple in response to a vision was a direct reflection of this principle. It wasn't about creating something that would benefit just the family, it was about serving the greater good. This mirrors the actions of great spiritual leaders throughout history, such as Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King Jr., who used their influence not for self-glory, but to advance the collective welfare of society. The great-grandmother's actions teach us that spiritual enlightenment leads to action that benefits the greater good, regardless of personal recognition. The power to heal, miracles among us. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of my great-grandmother's abilities was her capacity to heal. She didn't possess formal medical knowledge, nor was she a trained healer. Yet people would come from near and far seeking her help for physical and spiritual ailments. It wasn't her medical expertise that healed them, it was her profound spiritual wisdom. In today's world, we often look for solutions to our problems in doctors, therapists, or medications. While these solutions have their place, we cannot overlook the healing power of the mind and spirit. Just as Steve Jobs famously spoke about the importance of intuition and creativity in shaping Apple's innovations, my great-grandmother's healing abilities remind us that the mind's power, rooted in peace, faith, and compassion, can be a potent force for healing. The lesson here is clear. While modern medicine is invaluable, spiritual healing is equally important. My great-grandmother's teachings remind us that our minds, when aligned with spiritual wisdom, have the capacity to overcome many of life's challenges. Stories of the ghosts, a glimpse into the afterlife. One of the more intriguing aspects of the story revolves around my great-grandmother's encounters with the spirit world. There's a specific story where she encountered a ghost on a mountain path. Instead of fearing the apparition, she made a simple gesture and the ghost was sent on its way. What does this story reveal? In Buddhism, the idea that life and death are part of an ongoing continuum is emphasized. We are reminded that attachment to life leads to suffering, and that death is not an end but a transition. This concept has resonated with people throughout history, from Buddha himself to contemporary spiritual leaders like Eckhart Tolle, who speaks about transcending the fear of death through presence. My great-grandmother's ability to interact with the spirit world with such ease teaches us that life and death are fluid. She wasn't afraid of the unknown, she accepted it and saw it for what it was, part of the natural order of the universe.